Hey y'all, ooh, I look scary. This is a bit of a different kind of video just because I can. I don't know, there's just been some things on my mind that I've been wanting to say recently, and well, here I am. The journal factory exploded apparently. So something that I've been thinking a lot about, especially now that I'm working more because it's summer, how I perceive myself is shaped by what I buy and what I consume, and how freaking enraging that is, because I was always taught growing up that you don't need to buy all these things to make yourself look pretty or make yourself feel better. Since it's the summertime, on my days off I literally spend the whole day scrolling on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and whatnot. And every other video, since the algorithm knows that I'm a teenage girl, is hygiene haul or what I bought today, or guys, walk, don't run to your nearest Hollister and buy all of this. Which I've always been very progressive in that I know that capitalism is designed to make women think that they need to buy the popular clothes and makeup products and hygiene stuff and do this and this and this, and then you'll be pretty just like everyone else. Do you know what I mean? But it is actually so hard to not be influenced by these types of videos, especially at my formative ass fucking age. I'm 19 years old, I am an insecure girl, and these companies specifically target young impressionable women. And this would be fine if I was born into a rich family, or maybe if I actually just had money period to spend. Quick interjection here, by that I don't mean that if I was born rich I would just be totally oblivious to the effects of capitalism. Maybe I would be, I don't know, I can't really speak for this hypothetical situation, but I'm saying that thinking about other young girls whose family has more money than I did, and thinking about how much I wish I grew up like that. Even when I was younger, this would still be very obvious that people who had more money than my family acted different and dressed a different way, and it was obvious that I didn't have as much money growing up as other people. Do you know what I mean? So I'm saying here that if I grew up in a family who had money, I wouldn't be as insecure, because that's what money does. If you don't have it, you're gonna be insecure as hell, whether it's because you're poor or because not having money means you look different or act different. But that's what I mean here. But I'm 19 years old. Until this year, I've only worked summer jobs, and this summer with my job I'm saving up for a car, which is gonna be basically all the money that I can get from any paycheck this summer. So there's not a lot of room to just spend money on myself. And that's another thing. Why do so many people influence women to spend money in order to feel happy? It's always oh, self-care day, let me go get my nails did and my hair did and this and that, let me go on a shopping spree just for my own mental health. Which is fine if that works for you, but I don't fucking have money. The way I was taught to treat myself from the internet is buy a bunch of shit, or spend a bunch of money getting myself a coffee, or getting my hair done or something like that. Why is that the way that I have learned how to treat myself? And so I was talking to my boyfriend about this the other day, and I was I wish I was just made of money so that I could buy all the things that I feel will make me happy. And my boyfriend was you're giving in to capitalism. And I was can you blame me though? Because this is literally the way I've been taught how to be existing, period. I'm well, I see these videos online where it's you have to spend $50 at Target in order to smell good, or you have to do a shopping spree at the mall in order to look like a normal person in college, because God forbid you dress outside the norm. And I was well, social media and just society in general has taught me that I need to spend money in order to be happy. And they were like, well, just don't give in. I wish, dude. Oh my god. Do you know how antagonizing it is to, like, obviously hate capitalism as much as every fucking other person in this country, but also, like, love spending money and be low-key materialistic as hell? Sorry, another thing I'm thinking about while editing this video is that, like, when girls, like, spend money on themselves in large quantities and go on these shopping sprees, most people see this as irresponsible, and, like, you could have spent that money elsewhere, but you chose to spend it on clothes or, like, hair or makeup or something. But when other people, like maybe guys perchance, spend all this money on, like, video games or, like, collector's items, it's like, that's reasonable. Why is it not reasonable? For, like, why are we framing it that way? I get, like, no, I don't need to be buying clothes and makeup and stuff, but also at the same time, you don't need to really buy literally anything in life except for a house and a car and, like, whatever insurance you need and a phone. That's, like, maybe all you need in life. You could sleep on the floor. You could eat ramen every day. You can choose to literally never spend money unless it's for house bills or a car bill or a phone bill. You don't even have to have a phone at this point. Just fuck it all. Live under a bridge. This is what I'm saying. No, I don't need to spend money on things that I enjoy. Yes, it's completely optional, but I have the ability to make this choice. Just like other people have the option to choose to buy video games or to buy collector's items or stuff like that. I have my own choice to want to buy makeup, hair stuff. Something that I also spend money on is, like, art stuff and drawing stuff and records and CDs. And why is it seen different from buying makeup or hair stuff or, like, beauty supplies? Why is that so different? Everything is literally, like, I don't need to be buying, like, drawing supplies. I don't need to be buying records. I don't need to be buying, like, the best pencil in the world, but I still do, because it's what I like to buy. So why, when a girl wants to buy clothes or makeup, is it framed as stupid? Because buying literally fucking anything is as stupid as buying makeup. Do you know what point I'm trying to make here? Sorry. I just keep adding on to the video, sorry. I grew up being like, I wouldn't be materialistic, like, I'm happy with whatever I have. And it's just, like, not true, because as I go on the internet more and more, it's like, you have to buy Coach, you have to buy Juicy Couture, you have to buy, like, all these brands. But sometimes in college it is like, you look around and see that everyone wears the same stuff and everyone presents themselves the same way. Like, everyone just, like, looks a certain way, and it's just like, I'm not skinny, I'm not blonde, I dye my hair a lot, my skin isn't perfect, like, I don't dress the way that everyone else does, and I'm not saying this in, like, a pick-me way, but, like, I don't have the money to be buying the same clothes that everyone else does. No, at first it's like, okay, I'm different from everyone else, and that's a good thing. Like, obviously it is, because I'm my own person, and I make my own unique choices in how I present myself. But also it's like, that's not how you make friends. But what I'm trying to say with all of this is, like, advertisements and influencers target young women so much. Young men too, yeah, but I'm talking about my own experience here, hello. And it's like, all I think about, like, every waking moment of the day is, I need to be skinny, I need to dress like all the people online and all the people that I go to college with do. I need to buy the same hygiene products that everyone else does, so I feel like I smell good and I look good and I'm presentable. And it's just, like, so exhausting, because I know I shouldn't be so concerned with being like everyone else, but I so fucking am. I'm so, like, obsessed with how I look Like, I'm so obsessed with, like, checking my own Instagram. Let me show you, like, what I'm talking about here. Like, everyone else has such a curated Instagram, and, like, I've literally deleted so many posts, like, a few months ago, because I was like, this needs to be perfect, the vibe has to be perfect. Like, and I love my boyfriend, but this post and this post doesn't match the vibe of the rest of my posts. And I was like, sorry, Dominic, I feel like I low-key need to delete these posts. And they're like, no. And I was like, you're right. Why would I? Because this is who I am. You know what I mean? Because I know, like, just be yourself. You know what I mean? But, like, I've been being myself for, like, so long. And I don't feel like people like who I am. I don't know how to say this without sounding like corny as hell. You know what? No, it's not corny as hell. It's real. I don't like who I am. And that's not because, like, I'm a bad person or, like, I don't like my personality or anything like that. I don't like how different I am. I never feel accepted by, like, anyone, especially in college. That combined with my social anxiety makes, like, meeting new people in class and, like, talking to people so bad, because it's like, I know they realize that I'm, like, different, either in, like, appearance or, like, personality. I don't want to be different because I was taught that being different is not a bad thing. Like, not even that. Like, I can't even blame it on that. Like, my parents taught me that being different is cool and punk and, like, sick as hell. So, like, even after growing up the way I did, which is, like, very progressive and, like, accepting of whoever I will eventually become, it's like there's still so much pressure by, like, society in general, or, like, social media or other people or whatever it is, to just, like, be like everyone else. I don't know what is in the air lately. I don't know what it is with me, but, like, I've just been so obsessed with, like, window shopping and creating these Pinterest accounts of, like, who I want to be perceived as, and, like, I don't know. I think I'm in the identity phase of life, which I definitely am, because that's my age. Little Eric Erickson, no? Is that the guy? Hold on. Yes, Eric Erickson. Yes. But I'm saying, I think, who's to blame here? You know, young impressionable women, or big billionaire companies that target young impressionable women? Am I the bad guy for wanting to fit in? Am I a slave to capitalism because I was taught that I need to look like everyone else? Obviously not. Duh. And can I help it? Can I help thinking of, you know, can I help wondering what others think of me? No! I'm a 19-year-old in college. This is kind of the only road that is accessible to me right now. If that makes sense. I just want to spend money so bad, and that's such a bad thing, because I really don't need to, and I don't need to buy clothes, and I don't need to, like, buy perfume and makeup and stuff, because I can live without it. But it's all I want to do, and it's driving me crazy. I don't know. Well, that's my rant for today. And I like this. We should do this again sometime. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because this is something that I really want to talk about, but I'm really not good at talking about things. I'm really bad at articulating my thoughts. But yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.